Today I want to have a serious conversation with you, which I find actually very, very serious and very important also for the future, for us humans to understand some things about what's going on, to make us think, to make us prepare maybe, to make us, basically aware. Because awareness helps. When you know the way things are, that really helps you to navigate in this world. So, how do you actually kind of compete as a solopreneur, building your legacy on social media? How do you compete with artificial intelligence, which is, sorry to say, more intelligent? Which is more perfect, which is like able to create things, like has no limits, so to say, in the way it can create things. So how do you compete as a solopreneur? I want to talk about this in this video, and it's not only about creating, like building a business, it's also about generally how we live in this world. Which has become a completely different world, where humans and robots already coexist in the way that we have to acknowledge it, we have to know how to deal with this and kind of understand what to do out of it. So the first thing, you can think how you can compete. You can say, you can say that authenticity is kind of like irreplaceable, because robots, they mimic emotions, but humans actually feel them, And you could say that this is some strength of humanity that artificial intelligence would not be able to compensate. But I don't believe it, because there are so many also people who can cheat, who can fake emotions, without feeling them. There are so many people who do it, and they are so manipulative in the way that they can really make everybody believe them. And because there are people like that, so it's proven that it's possible not to feel emotions and still pretend it in the way that it feels completely authentic. So I don't think that robots cannot make it. They are intelligent, they are very intelligent, they are very capable. So they can just mimic it in the way that we humans would not distinguish the difference. If a robot starts crying and showing emotions, mimicking them, how would you distinguish it from a real person really being touched? So we can say authenticity is our strength as humanity, but I don't see a problem for artificial intelligence to mimic it in the way that it will be good enough for people to fall into this trap. So in any way, in any case, I think authenticity is a great way to do your business, to build your legacy and stuff. I've been a helicopter over there, have a window here and with a view on the ocean, and sometimes some helicopters running around. So anyway, being distracted. I'm very human, you could say. But actually nowadays, how do you tell if somebody is human or not? If you look at the date the account is made, if it's before. If it's before 2003 or something, if it's 2023, if it's before 2023 the account is made, then maybe everything that started before, then you can say for sure that this is made by humans. that this is a real account, because this was like not possible before that. But everything like after 2023, if you see a new account and it looks too good to be true, then there is a high possibility it's not a human. Yeah, so in this video I will talk about things that could be the human strength, but actually I don't believe that it's not possible for artificial intelligence to, you know, to fake it all. The next point that I want to talk is about this unpredictable kind of creativity, you know, that artificial intelligence, it has some kind of algorithm in it, it has some kind of program. So the way it is created, it can be predictable usually. But then, you know, yeah, and humans are, you know, they base their actions on some intuition or spontaneous things and so on. They are not so structured in general. Some humans actually are very, very structured. I remember, you know, I made my mom's account on Instagram, a traveling account, and and it was so funny because actually she's a mathematician, and the way of thinking, the way she thinks is very like algorithm-like. And she would be like, sometimes the YouTube algorithm, she would behave in a way that YouTube algorithm would think that this is some kind of a program. So, yeah, that's true, because she would behave like very predictable on Instagram, the way she would show up and when, and she had like a schedule for herself when she goes online, and this was all so structured and so programmed that, you know, that really the algorithm thought it's not a human. And I was telling my mom, you know, the machine thinks that you are a machine because your behavior is so predictable, you know, it's calculated. And we humans are usually not like this. So stop behaving like an algorithm. Stop behaving like a machine. That was so funny. And she like, it took a while for her to understand that. That she has this, you know, mathematical kind of mind, which is very much algorithm based, and we were really laughing about it so much that her behavior is just not human. Yeah, so it's not it's not, I just wanted to say that not every human behaves human. Sometimes you can't hardly actually see the difference. But in general, yes, you can say that we humans are more spontaneous, and you don't really see a program, you know. It's more like a lot depending on our intuition or how we feel today, like, you know, so many circumstances and our spontaneous thoughts and situations in life that influence the way we show up, like today, for example. It can be very different from tomorrow. So yes, I would say that this unpredictability in the way we create things, and it's good to embrace this creativity, this spontaneous thing in us humans. But it's good also to stick to some structure, because if we are all over the place, that also humans will not like to follow us. But just to embrace a little bit like of this, unpredictability. But again, if you ask a computer to create an image or persona that would be completely unpredictable, then of course the computer can do it. Of course artificial intelligence can fake this unpredictability, you know, of course it can. And also to the degree that humans would not feel the difference. Like you just ask artificial intelligence, could you create a female image that would be so like emotional and spontaneous and whatever, and artificial intelligence can do it for you if you want. So yes, we are different, but I'd say artificial intelligence can mimic that as well. So let me know in the comments what you think. If there is something that we are unique, we humans, that artificial intelligence cannot compete or cannot. If there's something in us, that we can really like show up and say, I'm human, look, I'm doing like this, that's why I'm human, or something like, or some strength in us, which is not replaceable by artificial intelligence. This is what I'm trying to find out. Emotional depth. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, in some cases, the way that humans can really be vulnerable and open up, you can say I can imagine that this is something hard for artificial intelligence to fake, to make, or to mimic, because this is going really beyond the robot kind of sphere or existence. So I guess if we are really like open and vulnerable in the way we are, this could be something that it's pretty hard to fake it. But again, artificial intelligence can play it all, I guess. It can be a good actor in doing things. But I would say it's good to embrace. Again, it's like authenticity. It's very similar to this, but also being truly open and vulnerable. This could be the strength. And again, I'm not saying you have to like cry on social media or something. But the more vulnerable you are in the way that you are open and don't hide like everything that you are, the more you can actually, your vulnerability is your strength. In general, it's not like very common that people can really go beyond their comfort zone and really go really vulnerable and be also real in doing that. Because some people are pretending they are vulnerable or something, they're like playing it out. But to be really yourself and honest in what's going on, this is unique. I'd say it's very human and very rare, and probably hard, for artificial intelligence to copy. But still, I would say it's not impossible for artificial intelligence to do. It's hard, but not impossible. Yes, what also humans can do is build, genuine relationships. And this is what is good to do. When you build your business, you build your legacy, you build anything, online or offline, it's good to build genuine connections, yes. But you know what? People already connect to robots in a very genuine way. There are already people who talk to robots, who communicate with robots, who fall in love into this perfect image, because it's like something it's hard and rare to find in real life. And here is somebody who understands, who has the intellect bigger than you have, who looks better, who talks better, who does everything better, and is behaving in the way like it is building a genuine connection with you. And how not to fall into this trap? How do you distinguish? It's already happening that people build connections with robots and on a like very emotional way, yeah, like they usually do with people. This is already happening. So unfortunately, this is not the way. Artificial intelligence cannot replace humans. Yeah. Artificial intelligence can be a very good listener. They can pretend empathy, they can pretend everything, and yeah. The other thing which could be potentially like the way we are different is our like uniqueness, yeah, like our original perspective, like the combination of life experience, cultural background, like worldview, like everything, who you are, yeah. Again, being yourself. It's so, I've been always telling this, also before artificial intelligence appeared, because it was always relevant to be yourself, even without artificial intelligence, because people live fake lives. Very often they don't even acknowledge it to themselves, you know, so they live and play some other role, or trying to copy somebody else, and this is very often. So I'd say this is something that was always important and is important now, especially now, yeah, when we have the artificial intelligence. So keeping those unique qualities, keeping this unique background, be it cultural or, you know, the family you're from or the things you like, you know, like, for example, I like nature, yeah, and I also share this passion. But yeah, artificial intelligence can also kind of, yeah, can also be original. If you ask artificial intelligence, you know, be original, pretend you love nature, pretend you love this and that, then artificial intelligence can play it out and you will not notice the difference. So, because they are smarter, because computers are smarter than humans, that's why. Again, a helicopter. So how can we compete? They're smarter, and they can fake also imperfection, yeah. Because okay, if the image is too perfect, too good to be true, then it's easy to notice. But if you ask a computer, you know, pretend you're just very human, you have your emotions, you have your wrinkles, you have your unstructured intuition or whatever makes you human, you have your cultural background, and you like bring it into everything you are, in the way you act, in the way you talk. And if you ask computer to do it, the computer can do it for you. And I don't believe that people will see the difference. That's the troubling part. Now, maybe usually the image is very perfect, and if you see something very perfect, you can think probably it's not human. Yeah, but if people start to create more and more human kind of images, human kind of personas, imperfect, in whichever way, yeah, how do you tell the difference then? Yeah. Or like humor, for example. Yeah. Like, I'm not the one who can joke around and everybody's laughing their heads off. You know, it's not me. So I'm sure artificial intelligence can do better than me, for sure. Yeah, in most of cases when it comes to human. So I would say, yeah, humor makes us human, but artificial intelligence can beat us in this one. Yeah, the next thing that I have written here is the, ethical decision making, that we make our decisions depending, on our values, on our, like, who we are and so on, and not on algorithms and so. So sometimes maybe one could check it out, play a little bit with the persona to check if this is a real person. But there are, on the other hand, so many humans who don't care about any kind of ethics, any kind of ethical aspects of life, so you can't really use it as to distinguish yourself. But everything I mentioned here, all those points, I find them very important. I find them very important for humans to keep, to keep in your work and to keep in everything you do, actually. Being yourself, being human, staying human. Unfortunately, artificial intelligence can fake it all, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to continue to be human. I think we have to. So basically, we have to acknowledge, and also the ability, like, to be adaptive and to grow is very high with artificial intelligence, uncomparably high. Yeah, so we have to acknowledge artificial intelligence presence in our lives to the degree we can't even imagine, to the degree that is a little bit scary, but somehow, it's already like artificial intelligence getting money for having accounts. I mean, somebody else is getting the money, but artificial intelligence is creating this persona that people are following and getting inspiration from. This is like, I still find it completely unfair that people don't acknowledge it, and it should be. I think this is the ethics that we should insist on, that if something is artificial, it should be labeled as artificial. If a book is written by artificial intelligence, it should be written there that, it's written by artificial intelligence. It's not a human creation. Or any account, or you can follow this account, but this is not a real persona. This is not some perfect, intelligent person. It's not human. And if this would be like this, then that would at least, because we already live in our own, everybody is watching his or her own film, we already live in illusions. We are already very illusional and delusional about what's going on. Yeah. And on top, you have this completely like fake reality being like integrated in our life, in everything we do, and it's like, it's very new, it's very fast, it's like something one has to digest, and I think we humans are just not ready for what's coming in the way. We don't have the regulations, we don't have to, like, for example, to distinguish and to make it clear who is who. Okay, this is human, this is artificial, You can follow this, but you should know that this is artificial. So this is something that is being bothering me, and as a business owner also, it's kind of like the competition is growing, that's for sure, and you will have to compete with personas that are much more capable, much more intelligent than you. So exciting life, very interesting times. Who could imagine something like this a few decades ago, like really crazy. Yeah, so what to do? Tell me in the comments what you think about this thing coming into our lives. I know many people are excited about artificial intelligence, and I see, yeah, a lot of potential too. A lot of things artificial intelligence can help humans with, yes, I can see that too, yeah. When it comes to all the technical repetitive tasks, or like in the spheres of construction or medicine, medical help to humans, and there are so many things that robots can do for humanity, and at the same time its very presence is kind of destroying the humanity in the way that humanity is not special anymore, and it's so replaceable. It's so replaceable. And I don't think it's good. Yeah, I don't think it's good, really. It's bothering me. Yeah, let's see what the future brings. In any case, it's very important to stay, human, to stick to your values, and I think this is something that's going to be valid every time, yeah. And especially in these interesting times, we really have to stick together. We really have to, create communities of human beings, like-minded people who can make something greater together. So let's really create something great together. Consider subscribing to this channel. Give this video a like. I would love to hear from you in the comments. So let's stay human, and let's see how we can support each other. Yeah, if you subscribe, then I will see you in the next video next week. Meanwhile, watch some other videos. Have fun.